awesome, awesome testimony, wasn't it? As an advanced practice nurse with more than 45 years of experience, I can honestly, truthfully say that enough research has been conducted. We know the value of the medicinal use of marijuana. We know that. We've got to overcome some of the stigmas that have been attached to this. I was one of those who was adamantly opposed initially, but I began to see people, just as my friend here described his wife experienced. I went through a period when we were conducting some research at the hospital there in Chattanooga where I worked, and just suddenly it stopped. We were having excellent results. I would go into the patient's room and he was smoking the marijuana, and it was very tightly controlled. I couldn't understand all of the side effects and all, and I know in retrospect now I was having a contact high too. Because we would laugh, and I was anxious to take him his marijuana. And fact is, we didn't know what it was. We didn't know whether he was having the marijuana or having something else, because it was a blind study too initially. And then we knew what it was. Because I'd never smelled it. I hadn't been out of Chattanooga, so I didn't know what it was. But this bill is very well crafted. Very well crafted. There are no problems that I see with it if it is enacted tomorrow. I feel that we would not have any problems. I feel that a lot of patients throughout Tennessee would benefit from this. We have some of the sickest, poorest people in the nation right here in Tennessee. Already, we do not provide adequate health care for everyone who needs it in Tennessee. So this would be just a small part in rectifying that. So I'm going to ask each of you to contact your legislators. I don't care whether they're Republican or Democrat, just that they are legislators in the Tennessee General Assembly, Senate, and the House. Tell them that you are a Vanderbilt student. Tell them where you live. Contact your friends and your family. I know all of you have Facebook friends. Contact them. Many times we don't know where we're getting letters from. I've gotten so many about this bill, even before we came back to the General Assembly. And I went ahead and told people, I've already discussed it with enough people, that I'm going to go ahead and ask to be a co-prime sponsor. And I am happy to be a sponsor of this legislation. And if it means that my position will be in jeopardy, then so be it. Because I believe that I will have helped some people to improve their quality of life. I have a daughter-in-law who has MS. This is something that she will benefit from in the future. My father had gastric cancer. I did not know until after he was deceased that he used marijuana to control the nausea and vomiting. Had I known, I'm sure I would have facilitated his use. But he was a kind person, did not want to get me in any trouble, and it was only at the visitation that some of the young fellows told me that everybody called him Granddaddy Joe, that Granddaddy Joe used some marijuana, he used pot, and it helped him. That's why he was laughing many times when I was to see him. And we don't know what's going to happen to us. We don't know what the future holds for us. We have genetic disorders. You all are here at Vanderbilt, a wonderful institution. We have environmental issues that can cause problems for you. We have transportation system with tractor trailers and all kinds of people on the road now. You don't know what might happen to you. Most of us, as we age, we do develop certain disorders. Some we can control, some we can't. So some of you sitting here tonight, or some of your family members would probably have to benefit from this. The side effects are not near as serious as some of the so-called legal drugs that we use. I had to have surgery on my spine, and I'm allergic to morphine, and used Dilaudid. Was given some to bring home. I took it twice, and I was so afraid I was going to die that I wouldn't take it more, and I disposed of it. So I feel that there were many more serious side effects from that drug with me than it would have been using medical cannabis. So I thank you for your attendance here this evening. Anything that I can do to help, but you can help us by getting the word out. You've got to spread the word out all over Tennessee, starting with the governor's office, letting them know that you support this because it is a very, very good bill. I support it wholeheartedly. I have doctors who I've worked with for many years who support it also. Some of them are afraid to come out and say, I have clergy who support it, but they are afraid to come out and say, because we are the belt, the buckle of the Bible belt here in the South. But don't let that stop us from doing what we know is right to do. So thank you again for being here.